Hello everyone and welcome to Craftworks. Today I'm going to show you how to make a split tower card. So the first thing we need is a piece of cardstock. I am using Bubble Bath. Just bear with me, I'll just get a sheet. And I'm going to make this from start to finish. I'm using the Share a Milkshake bundle with you, and the card closes like this. Just going to put that there. So this card measures 4 inches by 9 inches. I need to make some space. 9 inches. And then we are going to score at 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm hoping you can see the score lines on there. So with this piece here we're going to put our nice pretty paper, but these we're going to cut, and the easiest way to do that is to fold it. And I'm just going to double check, I believe these are 1/2 inch. Yep. So we're going to cut 1/2 inch to the score line. Now take your time doing this. So that's the first one. So now we want 1 inch. One and a half. Now you could measure this out and do it with scissors. I don't think you get a very neat cut when you do it like that. So it's much better to do it on the trimmer. Like that, and let's cut right the way through on both sides, and then we're going to do the other side. So again at 1/2 inch. I'm a little bit too far on that one, but it's fine. It's actually quite difficult to see because when you're filming you actually want to be quite up close to have a look to see where the blade is stopping. And there we have it. So this one, it doesn't matter which way, so you bend one back and one forward, and it's going to fold inwards like that. So I've gone backwards, and I'm just going to push that Now I need, oops, sorry, donk the microphone, 3/4 of an inch of pretty papers. I'm using the Subtles Designer Series paper, and that's plenty big enough. So this is going to be 3 3/4, and then we want 3/4 of an inch. And they will go on those two pieces there. Now I need my ruler. I can't remember how big the middle section is. So 2 3/4. 2 3/4. I just need to write that down. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Not a chance. Bear with me. Three and 3/4 by 2 3/4. That is going to sit in there nicely. Right, now I don't need my trimmer anymore. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stick these panels down, and then I'm going to show you how to put together our ice cream cone. This is my favourite piece of paper as well. This is the last of it, of the pinks. I love both the stripes and the spots, but the stripes make me think of ice cream parlours. I don't know what, it must be the straws. And now pop this piece down in the centre. So the dies I'm using are the ice cream cone. I'll get them so you can have a quick look. These dies are pretty awesome. So here's the ice cream cone. I've got one here. So it embosses as well, and it scores. So all you have to do is gently fold. They just fold in beautifully together. And then I'm using the cherry and the ice cream die, and I'm using that 3 times. Okay, and there's another one which is, oh, here it is, this piece here, and I've cut that already in pink, and it, I think it just adds a little bit of interest. You could cut it in crumb cake, and I think it could be one of those nice wafer biscuits. Right, so, oh, you're joking. Right, I'm sorry everyone, I'm just going to ignore the telephone. Right, let's just pretend it's not ringing. So I need a sheet of paper. We're going to do our stamping. I'm looking at my colours. I've got bits everywhere. So I want crumb cake, I want lemon lolly and bubble bath. and I'm going to be stamping my ice cream. So that one there, which is lovely and bright. I promise to tidy my craft room. And then crumb cake. I think crumb cake is probably my favourite because it looks like chocolate. I think this is what you would call, is it Napoleon ice cream? I can't remember what it's actually called. I've got stuff everywhere. And then this one. That a wash. And then the cherry I have already pre-cut, okay, because I didn't want to get the die cutting machine up here. So I've got my yellow, I've got my crumb cake and my cherry. So now I'm going to get my crumb cake ink again, and this time I've got a dauber. And what I'm going to do is I want to do all of the edges nice and dark. To make it look like one of those gorgeous ice cream cones that you get. And you can put on as much or as little as you like. I'm just basically going to do the edges. So it just gives it a little bit of detail. A bit, touch more, just there. Perfect. I'll move my ink to one side. So now I'm just going to add a bit of glue here and pop this down. I want a little bit there as well. I don't want it completely flat. So just like that. So I've just popped my finger in there really, just to make it a more pronounced cone. Now I'm going to put my ice creams together. And I'm just going to overlap them. So I'm just going to pop glue on the bottom. And then I want my yellow to kind of sit like that. And then my pink. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my cherry and slide it in behind the pink one, because the top isn't actually glued down. So just like that. And then this I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. So I want one at the bottom and one at the top. And now I'm tucking this in here. like that. You could actually, I might do this actually, just bear with me. I'm going to put another dimensional over the top of this one. So it's really popped out. It does make it a touch more fiddly, but it's worth it. There you go. So with this piece now, I'm just going to dot tiny bits of glue, and then I'm going to cut it in half. So very thin pieces of glue. And pop that piece there. And then with this piece I'd literally turned it, but I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I'm just going to put it there. And then pop glue on the back of our ice cream cone. And set it down in the middle. Now it's going to take a little while to catch, to glue, okay? And then I would add some pretty gems. The gems that I used actually retired in the catalogue, which is such a shame because they're such a perfect match. So let me have a quick look to see what I have. I think these iridescent ones will also work, just purely because you can see they're quite pinky purpley as well. So any gems that you have, also if you have pearls, you know that if you take a blend you can colour them any colour you like. So that there is our finished tower card, split tower card. So I really hope that you try this, because it's a wow card. And did you notice I've printed on my grid paper? How cool. Right, so thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.